I want you to avoid one of the most painful situations that I've gone through and I see other people building teams and brokerages going through. And it's so painful, it's hard to watch, yet it's something that's completely unavoidable. And when you do it this way and you build this way, it'll make your life 10 times easier, and it'll make the life of the growth of your business 10 times easier. So one of the most common mistakes I see team leaders or people that want to build teams in real estate make is they start to hire sales agents before they have all their support and administrative staff built out. Here's the problem with that. Number one, the biggest problem with it is if you're a salesperson, you're selling real estate, you're out there doing all the sales stuff, you need to create a system that's efficient for you that keeps you doing sales stuff, that keeps you doing top dollar, high priority business activities. So as a salesperson, you should be having conversations, building relationships, negotiating. Those are sales activities. When you're having to do everything else, when you're having to do all your own social media stuff, which that's how you usually start, when you're having to dot all your I's, cross your T's, talk to survey, talk to title, do a lot of things that are more $20, $30 an hour work than sales work, which should be $100 to $1,000+ an hour work. When you're doing all those things, you haven't created the most efficient, profitable business. So it's not a good time for you to bring on salespeople. And that's what people do. They start bringing on buyer's agents because they believe showing houses is the next thing they need taken off their plate. Well, if you haven't already built the sales staff, the administrative staff, and you don't have people doing your transaction coordinating, dotting I's, crossing T's, you don't have people doing all the automated stuff, the thing that's $10 to $20 an hour work, you should not be hiring any sales agents. Once you have hired those people to support you, so you have the right people, the right leverage, you have the right systems, you have the right tools. It could be a CRM that's the right tool. It could be a virtual assistant that's doing things for you. It could be AI, which is huge right now. There's a lot of AI technology that can help you be 10 times more efficient. It could be hiring a transaction manager, then hiring a listing manager, hiring a lead coordinator, somebody that helps you move leads around. There's so many different positions you can hire to support you to be most productive and efficient real estate salesperson. That is usually when you have the administrative staff and it's you doing the sales and your administrative staff taking all the $10, $20, $30 an hour work, that is usually going to be the most profitable time in your business. It can be some of the most fun time in your business. So I want you to go through that first. Now, here's the thing is inevitably that will usually create so much more business that you become overwhelmed. And now you've got to find people to help you with the showings, to help take the buyers or you take listings or however you want to structure that sales position part for growing your team or brokerage or whatever it is. And the reason why this becomes so much more fun and efficient is now you have a plug and play model. If the model supports you, so you're maximizing your sales and doing sales activities, it will also, you can bring in more salespeople and it'll maximize their time so they're doing sales activities. And this is a super dual multiple benefit to you, because if you bring a salesperson in and you don't have the administrative staff, you don't have the support, you're doing all the coaching, you're doing all the training, you're doing all the stuff to get them up and running and supporting them, they're so close to you and there's so little insulation that very quickly, I've seen this happen numerous times, that new salesperson comes in and says, "Why am I paying you? Why am I giving you such big commission splits when I'm doing the same thing you're doing? We're doing the same thing." And they don't recognize that I gave you leads, I'm helping you grow, I'm teaching you, I'm coaching you. They only see that I'm doing this work and this work is worth this much money in my mind. And then they start coming at you for bigger commission splits and all these other things, or they just don't value you and it seems disrespectful sometimes. So build that administrative support structure for you to maximize your money, your efficiency, your ability to sell more real estate. And then once you've gone to your limits and you feel like I'm at capacity, now you can plug and play salespeople. The next tip I'm going to give you is don't just bring on one salesperson, bring on 2 or 3, because one can often get comfortable and complacent and they can start saying that same thing like, I do what you do, I should get more. And also that one person may not work out. And now you spend all that time and energy training them, and then they leave. When if you had 3 people, you could have been training them all at the same time. Let's say one person, and this is statistically speaking, one person will become the stud, one person will become the dud, and the third person, it takes time to develop and find out what they're going to become. So you should always be bringing 2, 3, 4, 5 salespeople in at a time to train them and move them through, and defining who's going to be the winner, who's not going to make it. Because statistically speaking in this industry, 20% succeed, 20% fall off pretty quickly, and the other 60%, which we call the fat middle, you don't know. You don't know how they're going to turn out. And this can be the cause of burnout in team leaders and growing a business, because you spend so much time and energy trying to develop these people, and they come and go, that when you lose one person, it's super painful when you only got one person. When you have 3 people and you lose one, it's not nearly as painful. You just keep on moving, and you have a plug and play system that doesn't break your heart every time somebody leaves. So one of the biggest things I can teach people that are building teams, brokerages, all that good stuff. I hope this helps. I hope this benefits you. And this comes from years and years of experience, tons of heartache, coaching, training teams that have gone from 0 to 20, 30, 40 million, building teams that have sold over 100 million. And I want you to avoid all the pain that I went through. I hope this helps. Love you guys. Have a great day.